Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is the Lenovo's new Thinkpad X1 Carbon and X1 Yoga, which are coming out in June of 2019. This is the new 7th generation X1 Carbon with a Whiskey Lake processor, Intel 8th generation Whiskey Lake processor. And there's a couple of things that are new on this model. First of all, it's got a 4K HDR display option with support for Dolby Vision. It's got a ThinkShutter physical switch that you can slide over the webcam, so it'll actually cover the IR camera and the front-facing camera, so people can't log in with their face and people can't spy on you using your camera when they're doing that. It's got a carbon fiber design, but for the first time it also, if you opt for the 4K version, you get this sort of woven look on the lid. If you get the 1080p version, you don't necessarily get that. So it is available with a 1080p screen or with a 4K display. Prices are going to start at around $1,700. Something else I forgot to mention, it has Dolby Atmos audio with stereo tweeters and down-facing woofers as well, so you get more bass and treble. So it's 12.7 by 8.5 by 0.6 inches, has a 51 watt-hour battery, weighs about 2.4 pounds, and when you pick it up for a 14-inch laptop, it just feels incredibly lightweight. At $1,700, it's clearly not an impulse buy, but it's sort of a premium device, and it's, as I mentioned, the 7th generation of the Thinkpad X1 Carbon. So they've been doing these for a while, and they're really aimed at business customers or folks who are willing to sort of spend more on those sort of premium features. So that's the X1 Carbon. We've got USB ventilation, power button on the side there, and HDMI, USB, headset jack, and Thunderbolt 3, as well as a Lenovo docking port. Over here we've got the Yoga. This is the Thinkpad X1 Yoga 4th generation, and Yoga basically means that it's got one of these 360-degree hinges. Allows you to sort of tilt the screen all the way back, use it as a tablet, use it as a sort of tent or stand mode or whatever else you like. Now this version has a few new features as well. In addition to having the upgraded audio component with the Dolby Atmos audio and the Intel Whiskey Lake processor options, this version is going to have an all-metal chassis for the first time. So it's a little bit thinner and a little bit lighter, or actually it's a little bit smaller because of smaller bezels around the screen, and a little bit thinner than the previous version. So while the aluminum body is the first ThinkPad to actually have an all-aluminum body, has a very nice solid feel to it, aluminum weighs a little bit more than carbon fiber, and they were able to sort of get away with that by making it a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller overall in terms of the footprint. This version has it weighs about 3 pounds, measures 12.7 by 8.6 by 0.6. If we take a look at the ports here, we've got HDMI, Thunderbolt 3, USB, and a headset jack, and again the docking port. For the first time, the Yoga is now compatible with all of Lenovo's docking accessories. And then again, we've got power and ventilation over here. Another thing that's a little bit different on this model is that it has an integrated pen or stylus, so you can take that out and use it for pressure-sensitive input, or just for general navigation, hovering, and so forth. So that's the Lenovo Thinkpad Yoga 4th generation, which is coming in June for about $1,900 and up. Again, it's not exactly impulse buy territory, but it's the first all-aluminum ThinkPad device, and it's coming in June 2019. This is Brad Linder from Liliputing, checking out Lenovo's new ThinkPad devices at CES.